I'm Vivaan. Today we just experienced our first proper snow of the season, and it's Sunday, so we decided to make some banana bread. These are all the ingredients: 1 3/4 cup of wheat flour. You can also use all-purpose flour, and there's also 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon. This is the baking powder. 1 teaspoon, half teaspoon baking soda. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, which is optional, and half teaspoon sea salt. And those are all the dry ingredients, and the wet ingredients: 3/4 cup sugar, 70 grams granulated, and 80 grams brown sugar, or vice versa. 3 bananas which are ripe like that, and you have to mash it. 2 eggs, and you should not have any shells in the eggs. 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, and half cup butter, which you're gonna whip. I'm gonna whip it with the hand, but you should whip it with the electric whipper if you have an electric whipper. And you can this is optional. Again, you can use chocolate chips too. And before you start making it, you preheat your oven for 350 Fahrenheit. So we're gonna start now. First, you will mix all the dry ingredients together. 1 cup and 3/4 of wheat flour. I have baking soda and baking powder here. As I said, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and half teaspoon of baking soda. And you'll mix it together like this, and put half teaspoon sea salt. But if you use salt, it's totally different. And you just put it on, and then you mix it together. But you can use a whisk, but we don't have a whisk, so we're just using this. So I'm just whisking it now. Whisk it carefully, or it will get all over your hands like I just did. Now we're done with the dry ingredients. Now we'll do the wet ones. You will have to whisk some butter, like half cup as I said, and you will have to whisk it with the sugar and later on the egg. So first I got this bowl, so I'm gonna put the butter in the bowl. And now you put the brown sugar and the granulated sugar. Just make sure you don't have like a hard lump of brown sugar. So right now I'm getting down all the big lumps of brown sugar. This will take about 30 seconds. Okay, so now I'm done. Now we put this in here too. Now we mix it with the butter. Now let's whisk the egg. We have to put it in this bowl where the butter and the sugars are, and only use 2 eggs. But if you have a larger amount, maybe 3. Now whisk this together too. And then you put some cinnamon in. Just a little, not too much. Put 1 teaspoon of vanilla and use a bowl under this because if you split it then it will, and if you use it on the countertop like just a plate. And then last, you put the mashed bananas in. And then you whisk it. I'm gonna gradually put the flour now. And make it gradually. And if you over mix it, it can also cause the center of the bread. When you bake it, it can sink. So now you have to have the grease dish for cooking. And you have to have a prepped it. And you have to grease it with like butter. And then you put it in here. You put this in there. So now it's time to put in the chocolate chips. I already put the batter in here. Make sure it's even from all sides, and my mother helped me because the bowl was too heavy. And before you put it in the oven, and don't put it before you put it in the tray. Put it after. Put it after you put it in the tray, but before you put it in the oven, the chocolate chips. Now I'm done sprinkling it. Now we're gonna put it in the oven, and I already preheated the oven. Now the oven is preheated at 350. Now we're gonna bake this for 60 minutes. And now we're gonna wait for 60 minutes. Now the banana bread is ready. We did a knife test and it came out perfect. And I recommend do it for like 55 minutes, not 1 hour. It might get burnt then. And make sure that like you don't overcook it. So we took it out of the tray, and this is how it looks. You should cool it down, but I'm too tempted to eat. So now I'm gonna cut it.
Okay.
And this is how it looks.
Hey.
Wow, it's so tasty.